Hello to each and every one of you, wherever you may be. And we are here for another live stream. Time for the fun. Now, here we are. To an inspirational live stream, we're going to be doing only 1 hour this time. Just 1 hour. 1 hour, unfortunately. But we're still going to fit in guest time. Guest time that'll come in around about 30-40 minutes of the live stream. But there's going to be something interesting to talk about. And something fairly fun and interesting. I don't know if it will be fun and interesting to you, but for me, it's fairly celebrated to talk about it today because of a special day today. That is. Dawn Marie. Hello to lovely Dawn Marie. Yes, another fun and friendly time. Andrea. Hello to lovely Ria. Shapa. Hello. Yes, I'm behaving. Well, I had a couple of orange squashes before starting the live stream, but otherwise, I am behaving myself, do be assured. Herman, hello to you. You're watching while cooking. No trouble at all, Sapper, no trouble at all. One can't moderate and cook at the same time, but once your cookery is done, feel free to jump back in. And Blacksmith, hello to Blacksmith, hello to you and Basil. You're Cheshire. I didn't know you were Cheshire. Hello, Josie. I never realized you were Cheshire. I am cold, Sapper. Yes. Well, can I tell you something, Sapper? I've even got corduroy trousers on. I was cold this morning, unfortunately. Rexy is in the chat. Hello to you. Yes, give it a hello to Rexy. Yes, Rexy, it's your birthday tomorrow, and we're live streaming again tomorrow. So there's a birthday live stream for you. A live stream awaiting on your birthday. And it's also my friend's birthday on the 1st of April as well. Won't say who, but we're going to find out. No, I've not had a gin today. I'm not having gin. I'm afraid not. Not today, no. I really don't drink gin very often, sir, but I only have it occasionally. Yes, happy birthday to Daphne. Oh, no trouble at all. No, we know you're not ignoring anyone, Sapper. We know that because you've got a cookery recipe going on, so no trouble. And yes, it is true, as Fiona stated, happy birthday to Daphne. It is my cat, Daphne's birthday today. Yes, that was Daphne when she was a little kitten. Daphne is a little kitten. Hi, Simone. Hello to you. That was Daphne when she was a kitten. Daphne was a beautiful, the most beautiful kitten you could have ever had. And she's now the most beautiful Maine Coon cat one could ever have. I totally agree. Daphne certainly is beautiful. Thank you, Hailey and Blacksmith, for your kindness, your kindly birthday wishes towards Daphne. Thank you. Scholar Green in Cheshire, close to Crewe and Stoke-on-Trent. Thank you for telling me so. Thank you for letting me know, Josie. How neat. Lovely. Daphne is partially Maine Coon. Just to say, her father was a Maine Coon and her mother was a white, short hair. Those are her parents. It was her father who was the Maine Coon, not the mother. Hello to you, Christine. Hello to you. Hello and hugs. Rawr. Christine, who's the same age as my own mother. And you've got a son who's in his 20s, don't you? And please correct me in case I'm wrong, Christine. Get a snake. I don't think mother would want me to get a snake. They're nice pet snakes, but I wouldn't want a pet snake. I'm sorry, Sapper, but my mother would not allow a dog in the house. She wouldn't want a dog as a pet. But I can see the fun side in one having a dog. But do you like cats, Sapper, if I may ask? Do you like cats? No, but I think everybody needs a Daphne. He's 22. Oh, so he's younger than I. He's 22. Okay. Thank you for telling me so. My mother is beautiful. Thank you, Fiona. Thank you kindly. Mother and I had a pub Sunday roast lunch for Mother's Day. And I think that's the best way to celebrate both Mother's Day and Father's Day. Take them out for a lunch. You always get itchy red eyes with cats. Oh dear, maybe you've got allergic reaction to cats. My apologies hearing this. Sapper, apologies hearing this. Your cat is called Tinkerbell. She is 4. Oh, how lovely, Simone. Personally, you love dogs more than cats. Cats are strange in your area. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, thank you, Simone. Thank you for saying that my mother is beautiful. Thank you. Inside and out. No, she is beautiful inside and out. I certainly agree with you or anyone who says that about her. Cats always wind your dog up. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, Rexy. That is terrible. No, but thank you all, even for your birthday wishes towards Daphne before my live stream started. Thank you. Just to correct you of things, Christine, my Daphne is actually 4, not 16. But fingers crossed she will make it to 16, hopefully. Hopefully she'll make it to 16. And in case one wanted to know where Harriet is, Harriet can't make the live. So the moderators we've got to put up with for the time being are Sapper and Dawn Marie. But it's fun. But the good thing is, the moderator Sapper, he's fun to put up with because he's got good banter and an enchanting sense of humour. A very wicked but brilliant and enchanting sense of humour in every way. And moderator Pamela, I don't think she can make it, but I don't know what she's getting up to. But likely busy on the farm because she does a lot of farm work, as she did so tell me. But yes, and Jodie's quite possibly lurking. But Jodie couldn't make Saturday because she had an errand to run to. But otherwise, we've got us. We've got us. Hello to you, Francis Leach. Hello to you and your husband. Hello. The husband who likes hiking. No, be careful of the jokes. Thank you. Thank you most sincerely, kindly, Dawn Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, happy birthday for tomorrow, Rexy. Happy birthday for tomorrow. And we need to meet up again someday, Rexy. I mean, we're in touch privately outside of YouTube, so we should arrange to meet again someday. We really should. Because I've met Rexy personally. We've not shown a picture publicly because he wouldn't want to show it publicly. I mean, I wouldn't mind because, as you know, I'm happy showing myself publicly online. But Rexy, he wouldn't want to show his face publicly. Not at the moment, at least. But there we are. You know. But it is true that Rexy and I have met. There's no way you are miserable, Sapper. There is certainly no way you are miserable. Yes, happy birthday to Rexy. Did I miss someone? Who did I miss? I thought I saw Herman, but I think I accidentally missed him. Hi, Herman. Good evening to you. Hello. Sorry I accidentally missed you, but hello to you always. Oh, no trouble at all, Christy. No trouble at all. No trouble at all. No, Daphne is a very young cat. She's 4. She's just turned 4 today. And Nixie, on the other hand, is also an equally very young cat as well. Because Nixie, on the other hand, she's going to be 4 on the 16th of April. Daphne is just over 2 weeks older than Nixie. So they're exactly the same age, but they're very different for size. Nixie's the tiny and petite, dark grey Russian blue and partially Corrat cat, where Daphne is the great big gingerish white Maine Coon cat. Just to let you know. But they're both the same age, but Nixie turns 4 on the 16th of April. So 16th of April will be Nixie's birthday. And the 31st of March every year is Daphne's birthday. But don't worry at all, Christy. No trouble at all. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Oh, but come to think, when I was 16, oh, well, that was a while back. Long time now. A long, long, long time now. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Sapper, thank you for your kindness towards Dawn Marie. Thank you. Thank you. Righty-ho. No idea what Sapper's been cooking. I have no idea. No idea at all. I've completely no idea. My word, Rian, I have certainly no idea what's... But I wanted to show some of you who are in the chat here have not seen this presentation. It's an old presentation, but some of you are yet to see it. Most of you have seen it, but I'm going to show it to those of you who have not seen it. And those of you who have not seen it, do share your thoughts on this presentation, if I may so show. Let's have a look. If you were to visit somewhere quite interesting, or have a nice little peep around in this very, very, very enchanted and extremely interesting museum, well, Seaford Museum, Martello Tower, number 74, this I could recommend 100%. I could recommend this museum to anybody and all people of all kinds, tourists who are visiting the United Kingdom from their foreign home country, if they're on holiday over to England and the United Kingdom, especially if they're going to Seaford Museum. I could recommend it to tourists, and I could even recommend it to friends, certainly family, and also to all couples alike. Honestly, it is the place. It's certainly the place for families to go and have a nice look around to Seaford Museum, with very good decent entry prices, and certainly a good price if you want to have an annually held membership there at Seaford Museum itself. But as some of you may already be aware, on Sunday of the 2nd of February of 2025, my bestie David Scott and we happily went to visit the Seaford Museum itself. Small things as David and I may well be, at 5'4.5" and 5'8" and 11 stone of weight, respectively, it did not stop us from taking the risk in going to the Seaford Museum itself. But Seaford Museum, the history it has, the Seaford Museum, namely it's namely maritime related, and maritime related museums are as interesting as any museum could get. All museums are interesting: history, maritime, transport, or organ museums, which I'm yet to do, but I'm hoping to do it sometime this year as part of 2025, make things happen. Seaford Museum, it represents the history of Seaford and also lots of older history, from like showing old shop exhibits and also showing the old computers and cameras or old merchandise is on display at the Seaford Museum itself at large and all the rest of it. Enchanted place to go to, and certainly would I recommend it to anybody. I mean, it was thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyable, my experiences at the Seaford Museum itself. Indeed, is it the place to go to, and for when I start going on dates, which I do hope, harder as it is to make friends nowadays, in a few bits and pieces, but fortunately not in every aspect of life. For when I start going on dates in the future, years to come, or for whenever it happens, whoever my date may well be, romantic date that is, I would certainly take her to the Seafood Museum itself, because it's definitely a nice place to chill out to and have a look around with couples. If you're a couple or if you're in a dating, romantic connection of a relationship, it is certainly the place for it. Or certainly the place to take your date, or spousal companions, or companions of all types. Seafood Museum. I would say that for any museum, but Seafood Museum in particular. No. But Seafood Museum, oh my goodness. I would certainly recommend it big time indeed. Representing all the history from seafood over the years to what it's like presently now. But may I thank each and every one of you for taking the time in listening to this very uh representation regarding the Seafood Museum itself. And I'm almost definitely and certainly going to visit Seafood Museum in the future months to come over the course of 2025. Ta-ta for now. Thank you for listening. There we are, Seafood Museum. A place I would certainly recommend to all residents. All UK residents up and down the length and breadth of the country. It's definitely worth going to. Even if you're Scotland or Wales based, going to Seafood Museum if you're on holiday down the south, definitely the place to go to. Indeed so. Or Isle of Wight residents and what have you, Isle of Man, Isle of Sheppey. If they want a holiday getting away from the island to the mainland, Seafood Museum is certainly a place I'd recommend. Your Tinkerbell was born November 2020. She'll be turning 5 later this year. She's half Burmese, half ragdoll. She is gorgeous. I could imagine she's gorgeous. I could only well and truly imagine so, Simone. Hi, Athers. Hello to you. You came in whilst I was showing the presentation of Seafood Museum. Pleasure, Simone. Certainly a pleasure indeed. If I can get to Chatham, I should visit the Royal Engineers Museum there. I'll give it a go. I'll certainly give it a go, Sapper. Indeed, I will. Yes. Sir Lord Jim Dandy, hello to you. Hello, sir. You used to own an old Singer Foot treadle sewing machine. Loved using it. I think my friend's late grandmother used to have one. But they're useful to make your own clothes when certain clothes are not accessible to purchase, isn't it? In one way, and several bits and pieces, what have you. Yep, so Lord Jim Dandy is here, reared and blacksmith. I would certainly think so by now. Sadly, Fiona, yes, I would certainly think so. Oh, God. Rear and Sap are having a debate about how old one feels if typewriters are history. You took a typing class in HS? Oh, how lovely. How lovely, Hailey. You have mugs on every coronation since Victoria? Oh, how lovely. How lovely learning so. Certainly a pleasure, Simone. Certainly a real pleasure indeed. Have an old typewriter and found a quaint little place that still sells the ribbons. You remember blackboard and chalk? My mother could remember blackboard and chalk. I can remember whiteboards and pens. We had that in my primary school, whiteboards and pens. Sometimes you'd use a little black chalkboard, but we had what we call a whiteboard at my primary school day. Taking into account my almost 24 year of age, because I'm 25 next year, as a lot of you may be aware, I know I don't look it, and I certainly don't come across as it, but back in my school day, we had whiteboards and pens. There were projectors. We had the projectors that you plug your computer into. But that was what we had back in my school day. Whiteboards and pens. That's what we had at the time growing up, when I was growing up. Inkwells on school desks. Your grandmother, who was born in 1894, used to use a slate with a special type of pencil at school. I think you said before, didn't you, dear? Correct me in case I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain you said it to me before, to all of us. I think you might have said it on Sherpa's Discord server, very possibly, but I think I've forgotten. But I merely remember that. I certainly merely remember you saying she used to use a slate with a special type of pencil at school. It's something I do remember. Partially, but not completely. But thank you for the reminders anyway, yeah, in case one has forgotten. It certainly is a collection Fiona's got, yes, indeed so. Didn't use pens until J2, pencils until then. Sheffield, yes, because you're Sheffield, aren't you? Fiona, yes. Hola, hello to you. Yes, good day to you. You're in the United States of America. I know that because Dinesh and Anthony are United States of America, and I was on their recent live stream. Juves get the T-search, then retire. About Juves. Good evening, Lindy. Good evening to you, my lovely. Good evening. Yes, do give a resoundingly large hello to Holla. She's my friend from Dinesh and Anthony's community. Do give a hello to our Holla. Yep, Sir Lord Jim Dandy. Live in Florida now, awful here. Well, it's very, very hot, isn't it? He was born in Trinidad. Sorry, I was looking closely. Born in Trinidad and used a slate in your first school in 1960. I didn't know you were Trinidadian, Josiah. I never knew that. I never knew that. Thank you, dear Simone and Lindy, for your kindness towards Holla. And thank you, Lindy, for your kindness towards Sapper. And Holla, thank you for your kindness towards Blacksmith. Thank you. Thank you. Friendliness is what we need in this day and age. And what we enormously stride tirelessly and in a huge trying way, is we dare always try and represent a consummate, wholesome community of friendliness and kindness. And that is certainly the philosophy I dare follow. Certainly here within my end. Janet, hello to you, my lovely Janet. Hello and hugs, my lovely. Hello. Oh, so Lord Jim Dandy, now I'm wishing I used a quill and ink to write my work on. I think I would have worked at it better than just the pen, click, click. Actually use something a little more trying of a challenge, like quill and ink, and write on it. I think that's how people wrote better, with that trying challenge of writing with the quill and ink, as opposed to just using a pen, just easy click, what have you, and use it. Yes, the world certainly does need more kindness, Simone. Yes, indeed it does. A long, long time ago, yes, a long, long time ago, I sang karaoke, Sapper. We used to do one at my secondary school. Sometimes on the last day of term, before the term ended, there would be a karaoke in my secondary school. Good evening, the old Paratrooper podcast. Hello, sir. Good evening, and thank you for your service when you're the Paratrooper. Thank you for your service. Yes, good evening. Respect to you and all who served in the armed forces. Respect always. Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Hello to you, respectable ex-paratrooper. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Blacksmith. Thank you kindly for your friendliness to one of our ex-paratroopers in the military. The ink was called Quink. Oh, Ria, you are silly. Good, funny, silly humor. And it's like you've so embraced aging disgracefully is the best thing to embrace in your end. Well, one could debate it for themselves, really. Oh, it's certainly a pleasure, Holla. Certainly a pleasure indeed. As Danette and Anthony so recommended, I'd subscribed, and that's the recommendation I followed. Quink. No, you said. I know you were not being silly. No, I was just teasing. I was pulling your leg, Ria. Bit of humour we were representing here, which is what we definitely need. No, you remember Quink. No, now I can see it's a real company. Sorry, Ria. I was just trying to have some naughty boy, naughty girl banter and pull one's leg. But obviously not the banter that hurt one's feelings. Not that, but the banter where one could have a laugh and a joke. I said Ria wasn't being silly. I was just pulling her leg. Yes, I was pulling your leg, Ria. No trouble at all. That's what we have a bit here, a bit of naughty boy, naughty girl banter. I know, I've just seen Sapper. Do be assured, I know now. Hello to Charlie. Hello to you, good friend Charlie. Certainly is it nice seeing you in here. There was no spill check in them days. Yes, no spill check. No, none of that at all. None of that nonsense. No. I'm not doing that nonsense of spill check. No. I have no time for that bloody nonsense. No. No, none of that nonsense. No. And as the saying goes,
Gordon's alive.
There you are. Or
my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
Bit of humour there, you know. You had to learn to write with a fountain pen. You still have nice handwriting. Handwriting is atrocious. I don't know how my handwriting is now, but I always handwrite fairly regularly when writing a letter, what have you. I'll show it again. Okay.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
And there's another really funny one I'm going to show now.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
Those are actually my friends, by the way, Donna and Dal Evans, or Mr. and Mrs. Evans, as I'd so like to say, or fondly regard them as. But there we are. Yes, no spell check, no erasers back then. Absolutely not. Test your writing. Your pen used to leak all inside your pencil case. Oh my goodness, Lindy, that must have been a challenge. My word, Sapper, your first tattoo was when you were aged 8. Your sister stabbed you in the hand with a sty pen. You still have the little dot to prove it. Oh, your naughty sister. It probably would have been a real challenge to deal with, having ink leak all inside your pencil case. Oh, my bloody goodness. The ink pens were a nightmare for us left-handers. The ink smudged all. Oh, dear. I bet. Thank you, Simone. Thank you. No, Donna and Dal, they're good friends. They're Kent residents and good friends. And it is true that I encountered them as a direct result of the Duchess of North Sussex, Duchess Blair. Because we were talking about a certain topic regarding one's height. And she mentioned in the chat, because I think it's Sue Smith, because she's got a very, very tall son, Sue Smith, a very, very tall son who's 6'8". My goodness, which is a foot taller than I, because I'm 5'8". And astonish you as it might, Donna's husband Dal is 6'8". She described him as being 6'8" and built like a brick shithouse. I'd believe that, looking at him. But she, on the other hand, is only a 5'4" little lady. Donna is. She looks a mere bit shorter than that, in my opinion. But yes, I think when you look at the difference between Donna and Dal, of little and large, that is, well, you know, because Donna's not very tall, to fairly short, and Dal extremely tall and very, very powerfully and strongly built, which is what built like a, apparently being, if you didn't know what it is, I'm going to give a little lesson here. To describe someone as being built like a brick shithouse, it means someone who is strong and powerfully built. That's what it means to say that someone's built like a brick shithouse. It means strong and powerfully built. I never knew this until I looked it up. You're 5'10", you're taller than height, Sir Lord Jim Dandy. I'm 5'8". You grew overnight from 5'10" to 6 foot. Good humour. GOIT, hello to you. Please give me a reminder who it is. Is this George, if I may ask? Because I remember George sometimes came under with that username. Hello to you, Debs. Hello to you. And Debs, thank you for your kindness towards Blacksmith. Thank you. So Lord Jim Dandy has a 38 inch inner leg and a short body. His waist is only 30 inches. Oh my word. I'm a 30-inch waist as well, Serpa. I'm a 30-inch waist. And I remember when you first heard that I had a 30-inch waist, you said, come on, I was that size when I was 12. Happens when you get to a certain age. That's what happened to my late grandfather Edmund. He'd shrunken in height. Initially, he was 5'5", but when he got into his late 50s, he shrunk to 5'4". Not so much due to age-related reasons, but I think namely because of health-related reasons, because he unfortunately had poor health post-heart attack. And following the heart attack ordeal, which required a quadruple bypass surgery, and in the aftermath of his bypass surgery, the surgeons accidentally damaged his esophagus, which meant it hurt if he swallowed. So after that, he ate very little and drank very little, so he wouldn't have had a lot of strength post-heart attack ordeal, even though he could do a long walk until about 7 months before he died. He could do long walks, but despite that, he wouldn't have had a lot of strength, so he would have shrunk. Namely, that could have explained why he'd shrunken in height. You know, he was very petite. He was petite as well. You know, but he really got very, very. He got pretty much merely emaciated before he died, sadly, due to another health problem. He had thrombocythemia, which was his cause of death, sadly. You know, but it's what happens to us, Sir Lord Jim Dandy. It only happens to all of us. Oh, it's you, George. Okay, thanks, George. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Stretch Armstrong was designed because of Sir Lord Jim Dandy. Oh, I've got some humour here. Have never done diamond painting. You would lose all the bits. Oh, dear. Action man based... Oh, Sir Lord Jim Dandy, you've got a funny sense of humour. Yes, that's what happens. That's what happens. It's age-related, yes, but sometimes it can be health-related or strength-related. And I think my grandfather's height loss was namely health-related as opposed to age-related, because he didn't have a lot of strength, you see, Lindy, post-heart attack, and because he had poor health after the heart attack, you know, unfortunately. And I could explain why he didn't age very well, you know, after the heart attack. Yes, I can read your comments, Charlie. Do be assured I can read your comments. Oh, okay, now I've seen it. What did the dog say after his first day at work? It was Happens to all of us, Sapper. It happens to the best of us, doesn't it, sadly? You know. I think, oh, goodness knows what height I'll be when I'm about 60 odd. I think I'll be more likely 5'7", by the time I'm in my 60s, but there we are. Hope you had a nice time in the garden, Blacksmith. Hope you had a nice day in the garden. We do share some humour here, Fiona. We do share some Fiona. Well, it can happen when you get to a certain age, Lindy. Usually in your 60s, 70s, it begins to happen. Yes, and like I said before on the when Sapper came on the live stream, towards the end or midway through a live stream, we should invite guests and have not just one, but maybe 2 or 3 guests for a bit of naughty boy, naughty girl fun for those who want to show face. Okay? Now, I still love trains, but in the late recent, I still am an enthusiast for trains. I'm still into trains, George. Yes, I still am. But I've also taken up an affinity for classic cars, historic commercials, and also vintage organs and steam rallies, what have you. And you can thank my good, my best friend David for that. Did you mean to say boobs, Sapper, as opposed to moobs? Moobs, boobs, boobsy moobs, moobs, boobs, moobsy boobs. Okay, it's guest time now. For those who want to show face, ready, ready, ready. Come out, wherever you are. Moobs on heel. That is just funny. Brilliant. Planes, trains, and automobiles. That's what I like, Simone. I'm not a huge fan on aviation. I have nothing against aviation, but I'm just not a big fan of it. That's all. Never really had been, but you know. John Marie, all ladies have wombs. All ladies have wombs. Wombs, aka uteruses. A womb, aka uterus. All women have them. All women and girls have them, a uterus womb. Oh gosh, it's getting a bit crude now. But funny crude. Good goodness, what is my bestie David going to say to me about this? Oh. That's not a pillow. Great line. Great movie. Which movie are you talking about, Simone? Do let me know, please. With Steve Martin. Oh, Steve Martin, planes, trains, automobiles. Let me look it up a second. Let me look it up. Let me look it up a second, a moment. Oh, yes, it is a movie. Yes, it is. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Yes, it's Steve Martin and John Candy, apparently. John Candy as well, Layla Roberts, Michael McKean, and Kevin Bacon, too. Good actors. Got some good actors in the movie, as it so looks. Got some good actors there. You know. Hello to you, Monica. Hello. Yes, come on, someone. Would you like to jump on with me? I'll get the link up again if for those of you who have lost it. My mother could remember the news when he died. My mother remembered the day he died. I remember her telling me about the time when she remembered John Candy's death when it was newly announced. Oh, no, no, no. The guest isn't planned. It doesn't matter who's the guest, provided you're 18 years of age and over. Some naughty boy, naughty girl banter, provided it doesn't go too far. But yes, that's what I'm pretty sure you saw Sapper's promotion of guest time in the last live stream. Pretty sure you saw that. He died much too young, didn't he, Simone? He went much too young. 43. He was only 43 when he died. Far too young. Far too young. Yeah, but don't forget, he was a large man. It turns out he had food addiction and other problems. You know. But very, very sad about John Candy. He had a heart attack. You know. No, it's normally unplanned, but yes, okay, I should plan guest time. Otherwise, trolls can get on. Okay, thank you, Sapper. Thank you for your good advice. No, next live stream, I'll plan for the guest time. I'll make sure the guests are planned and not unplanned completely, because I just put the link out. It was unplanned because otherwise trolls could get on. Yes, only too true. Too true that. Trains, Planes, Automobiles is a fantastic movie, a must watch. Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you kindly for recommending it to me. Thank you. Thank you. Next time it's going to be more planned. Guest time. It's going to be much more planned next time. Sorry, dear. Sorry, Sapper. My silliest mistake. My silliest mistake. But some of you, and just to let you know, in the next live stream, there might be something interesting I'm going to share. No, there is going to be something interesting I'm going to share with all of you. You're enjoying your Ben & Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie. Oh, hope you're enjoying it, Christine. Hoping you're enjoying it. I think so too, dear. I certainly think so too. Yes. I mean, all my guests on the podcast that I did, we didn't do it open link publicly. It was all done getting in touch with them privately, sending a link to them privately in the green room, and then they were in. No trouble at all, with no trouble whatsoever. Certainly a hello to our blacksmith indeed. Thank you, Monica. Thank you for your kindness towards blacksmith. And thank you for your kindness towards Dawn Marie, Monica. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Dawn Marie, for your kindness towards Monica. Thank you. And blacksmith. Oh dear, we've made Sapper hungry now, haven't we? We've made one man hungry. It was when I'd had my Sunday roast with my mother, when I treated her to the Sunday roast on Sunday. Sapper was like, I'm starving now. Oh dear. I made Sapper starving and Juve's hungry, apparently. That was nice. I'm chuffing starving now. Oh dear, now we're getting a bit dark in here, aren't we? Washed your boxes today, Kelvin and... Oh, Sir Lord Jim Dandy, you are too funny. I can imagine it was good, your Ben & Jerry's fudge. We are unwashed and no bra or trousers. No, oh my... We do, John Marie, yes. It's going to be one which some of you have not yet seen, but some of you may have seen it, but some have not. That's the thing. So for those of you who have not seen it, do let me know. Do let me know for those of you who have not seen it as of yet. Some of you have, some of you have not seen it. I'm going to show it. I'm just looking for it. I'm looking for it. Oh, is that it?
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
No, that was not it. That was certainly not it. No. No. Oh. Found it. There we are. Found it. Should one visit this enchanted little place? Well, I think it could be the place for you if you're interested in history in a similar way to how I am. Though, as truth only has things, everybody has a different preference to a certain liking of certain things. The Essex Museum of Gardening is enchanted. I took a paid visit to the Essex Museum of Gardening in the latterly part of January of 2025, and my experience when I went there, it's by all means, and certainly beyond a doubt, or beyond questionable doubt, a very nice, a very interesting experience learning about all the different kinds of lawnmowers from all different eras. That was what captivated me with great interest when I went, personally speaking for myself, from my own end of the woods of the experience from when I went. But the Essex Museum of Gardening is certainly something I'm going to recommend to all. I'm certainly aiming to go back there again for sure, but as a means of making this presentation interesting in one way or another, I thought I might show you more or less all there is to offer at the Essex Museum of Gardening. It really does get interesting, especially when learning about lawnmowers from all different eras. May I thank you all most sincerely kindly for taking the time in viewing and listening to this special presentation I've just shown here. Thank you all for listening. Yes, well, learning about lawnmowers in a little lawnmower museum that shows interesting history, worth doing. Oh, Fiona, if you go there, it is extremely interesting if you go. If one goes, it's extremely interesting. Sir Lord Jim Dandy, good question. My favourite flavour ice cream is lemon sorbet. Fantastic flavour of ice cream, in my opinion. Gareth, hello to you, Gareth. Hundo to you. Well, to me, some months it's too cold for ice cream, yes, but come spring and summer and autumn, summer's certainly not too cold, even though I feel the cold, but I do like a nice ice cream for pleasure. Way to describe it. Just had Munchie's toasted homemade pancake butter and honey. Oh, that sounds tasty. You make your own lemon sorbet ice cream. Oh, dear, how very impressive. Impressively done. It really is interesting, Simone. It well and truly is interesting. The lawn... Oh, Sir Lord Jim Dandy, you're funny. Ice cream for everybody. Yeah, give us that ice cream. Yeah. Ice cream, everybody. You sleep with a fan on all year round. Don't you get cold in the winter with your fan on, Christine? I'd be cold if I had a fan on in the winter. Been to Essex a few times. I wouldn't be surprised, Lindy. I wouldn't be surprised, especially you. I think you said you've been to Worthing before, haven't you? Love lemon sorbet. Make your own. Oh, sorry, I just read that. Pancakes. Nothing could beat a good pancake every now and then, Christine. You love being cold. I don't love being cold. I, for one, certainly do not love being cold. No. Flymos were great. Your legs would get covered in dog oh, my. Coca-Cola with ice cream. Too hot for ice cream in Florida. It melts. Bloody hell. I can imagine it's too cold for ice cream in Illinois. I am going grey, Sapper. I actually am going grey, in fact. Look more closely. I am, in fact, greying. I've been greying since I was 18, to tell you something. So, yeah. Lils, hello. And there's something exciting that you missed, Lils. Today is my cat's birthday, if you didn't know. And So it's happy birthday to my cat, Daphne. For those of you who missed the Daphne the cat birthday presentation, I'm going to show it now. It's certainly a happy birthday to my Daphne. Oh, thank you, Simone, Sapper, Blacksmith, Dorbury, and Hiley. Thank you for your kindness towards our Lils. And thank you, Lils, for your friendliness towards Sapper and Simone. Now, Daphne was a beauty as a kitten. This was before we got her. But how we got access to the picture here is because Daphne's mother, the owner of Daphne's mother, is friends with my mother, just to let you know. Happy was Daphne's, Happy was the name of Daphne's mother, and the name of Daphne's late father was Red. Red was the Maine Coon, by the way, but Happy was a white, I think she's still alive, a white British short hair. No, but she was a very, very sweet kitten, and she's a beautiful, fully grown cat, but she can get a bit grumpy, I'm afraid. Yeah, the grumpy thing is, and the thing that we do not like what Daphne does, is hissing and terrorizing Nixie. That we don't like. But otherwise, she's beautiful and adorable, and we love her to bits. No, and I'm really happy that we got Daphne, Ria, because Daphne was what led me to David Scott back in 2021. Because David likes Maine Coon cats, if you didn't know. He has a real interest and a real love and passion for Maine Coon cats, and as he did tell me before, and we've been friends since then. We've been friends since we met. It was within 3.5 weeks after I first heard from David, we met. And we've been meeting off and on ever since. And we eventually became best friends. Our friendship just got far deeper than just a friendship. It became a best friend friendship. Really quite mutually very close. Genuinely very close. I wouldn't change having a friendship with David for the world. I really wouldn't. For what he helped me through, for what he introduced me to and the effect it's had on me, with what I was going through at the time when I first met David, I have so much to thank towards David. I really do. And I have a lot to thank for Daphne, because Daphne was what led me to David, and David was what led me to helping me after what was at the time me going through a critically low point in my life at that very stage. And I was broken, shattered at this point when I met David because of what I was going through, emotionally broken, shattered. So and what he introduced me to, the classic car rally events that I now have the privileged fortune of knowing about, the historic commercial vehicle events and steam rally events I've got the privileged fortune with knowing about, I have so much to thank towards David, and really a lot to thank towards Daphne because of that. Really I do. I did have a lovely day with my mother, thank you, Lils. I certainly did. Had a nice lunch. Yes, I know, Rhiannon and Indy. I know. Yes, it's interesting how people meet sometimes. So unusual. I know. It was unusual, but a wonderful unusual in the case with David and I. And Jonathan, he likes my cat Daphne too. Jonathan Clements, who had the stroke, unfortunately. And since he had the stroke, he's on meds. And I do worry about he's another one of my best friends, Jonathan, that is. And I'm hoping to see him in April of this year, hopefully, because it's his birthday in just over a week's time. He turns 63 in just over a week. But to be honest with you, if you saw him, in my opinion, I would have thought he was 3 to 5 years older. But had you seen him in 2023 when I first met him? When I first met Jonathan, he was 61 when I first met him, and I was then 22, because I'm 24 this year, as most of you know. And even though he said he was 61, I was like, oh, okay. But well, deep down, I was actually shocked when he said he was 61. And why I was shocked, because I thought he was a lot older than that. He looked a lot older back then. But when I saw him the following year, he looked like a completely different person. He was on a different meds by this point, generally looking better. He wasn't looking so ill and unwell, because when I first met him, he looked very unwell, very gaunt, and actually he may a bit pale. And actually also looked quite frail back then. But then, since the last time I saw him, he looked like a completely different person to 2023. He looked better than he did in 2023, seeing the 2024 version of him. But I still don't think he ages very well. At his age, I think he looked about his age. Whereas when I first saw him in 2023, I thought he looked 10 years older than his age at least 10 years older. No, but he was generally looking better the last time I saw him. And he said he was generally feeling better since the new meds he's on. But even though he's on meds, his health is still quite damaged and still not the same as it was pre-stroke. But other than that, I think the new meds, I think that's helped him a bit for health, but still obviously not repaired it. Because obviously a stroke, it can damage your health, unfortunately, and can actually damage some people, some people worse than it damaged him. To tell you something about strokes, I mean, Jonathan knows that a friend of his who had a stroke, and actually affected him a lot worse than it affected Jonathan. You know. Still can't highlight names, unfortunately, Lils. If you're hosting the live stream, you click on the name. That's how you highlight it. But in the chat, you can see the names, but you can't highlight it if you're a viewer. But in the StreamYard, as the person hosting the live, you click it, it comes up. As am I too, Simone. As am I too. Yes, as am I as well. You met Lindy behind the bike sheds. That's another Lindy Emmett. Canal. Want to go on a canal boat? It's not come up blue. If I click it, it comes up blue if I click it in the StreamYard green room whilst I'm hosting the live. But if you're a viewer, it wouldn't come up blue if you click. It's only if I click, it comes up blue, Littles, that is. But blue, if you've got blue, it means you're a moderator. Hello to you, Sue. Hello. Yes, the names in blue are moderators. True that. Yes, oh, sorry. Sorry, Sapper. Yes, my mistake. I've got a wicked laugh. Right, everybody. I'm going to wrap things up because I only said I'm going to do 1 hour, I'm afraid. So thank you all most sincerely, kindly, for taking the time and trouble in viewing this very live stream of mine. And tomorrow we're doing a live stream on April Fool's Day. So we're going to have a bit of April Fool's Day fun and a bit of April Fool's banter and a new presentation on Brooklands Museum. I'm going to do that. And also in the future, there's going to be a presentation on some place that I've never been to before one day. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, and may happiness be knocking kindly on your doorstep.